Hello and welcome back to my How to Win Science in Civ 6. So, what I wanted to say in the last episode as well is, let's say you have a similar scenario like this. You declared war on someone and let's say you lost your unit. It went wrong. It went terribly wrong. Maybe you even lost your settler. And in that case, I would recommend you one of two things. Number one, go here, load game, load game, auto saves, and just load a few turns before bad things happened and try again and see if you can make a difference. That's a great way to learn the game. If things go wrong, reload and see if you could have done anything different. That way you see how your decisions impact the game, and that's the best way to learn the game. Of course, you could say, well, that's kind of cheating and I want to live with my mistakes. You can, but early mistakes can lead to you not being able to win the game. If he would have been able to settle here in a way that blocks me here, that would have screwed me over so big that I would potentially not be able to win the game anymore. So even small things like getting a city before someone else does can impact the game in a major way. So there is no shame in just go and load an autosave a few turns earlier. If you're really like, nah, this is no fun, I don't enjoy this anymore, then feel free to just escape and restart and try on a new map. You already know what is crucial. Geothermals are good, mountains are good, reefs are good if they are next to the shore so you can build a campus. You really plan for these campus adjacency. Of course you want rivers or lakes for fresh waters for your cities on. You want these dark green tiles to settle on. And you want hills. We can do that again. The hill search and see. We have a lot of hills down here. Another reason why this land is so good. The way I settled here, I also blocked everything down here. So yeah, this is generally good land. The only downside to this thing is bad land up here, so I'm not sure how many cities I can get. Maybe a little bit too many mountains even, because you can't work mountains. And a close neighbor that certainly isn't friendly usually. Although, this time we are the baddest since I attacked. Okay, then I was talking about wonders at the end of the last episode. What wonders are good for science? I will quickly go over all the wonders that are great for science, and then also over the wonders that are situational but can be good for science. So, first of all, you can totally win a science game without building a single wonders. Not a single wonder is crucial for the science victory. This may sound hard for all the wonder whores out there. I'm one myself. I love to build wonders because they look so pretty. But for science, there is no wonder that gives a big amount of science. There are some that are quite good, and I will go through them. The obvious choice is Oxford University because it gives 3 great scientist points per turn, so more great scientists, and 20% science in the city it is built, also 2 randomly chosen free technologies. Because they are randomly chosen, it's not that great, because it could be technologies that you don't really prioritize at the moment. Of course it can help a lot, but it could also be like ballistics that you don't need for quite a long time, because to get to rocketry you don't need ballistics. So yeah, while the 20% science and of course the 3 scientist points are really good, the challenging part about Oxford is it requires Grasslands or plains. Flat grasslands or plains. If you right click on it, you see the wiki, and it requires flat grassland or plains. No plains hills and no grassland hills. Flat grassland or plains. No desert, no tundra. And that's quite the thing. So if I build the campus for this city in here, I cannot have Oxford in this city, because it requires flat land. This is flat land and this is flat land. So if I build this campus or this campus, I could potentially build Oxford in here. If that is a priority for me, I can keep the tile for Oxford free and don't build a district there. Let's say this would be a +6 campus or something. Then I would want Oxford next to it. But because at the moment it's only a +2, I have to consider what I want. Do I want an early district here? Maybe a commercial hub to improve this, to make this better? Or do I want to save it free for the Oxford? The Oxford gives 20% science. That's cool if once I have a lot of science, while more districts adjacent improve the science of the district right away. It's a tough call in this situation. Of course, if this tile would be flat, I would say, well, campus here, Oxford here. I could try to build it in another city. Because, like here, there are flat tiles next to good districts. Oxford is one good wonder. Another good wonder in the civic tree here is Mausoleum of Halicarnassus. It gives +1 science, faith and culture for all coast tiles and an extra usage of engineers. Because I'm Scotland and because I want some industrial district, I will have some engineers. Therefore, having extra usage for all of them is useful. And building the mausoleum would give at least these 2 fish extra science, and maybe some of the other tiles. That I probably won't work right now, but let's say I had more coastal resources, then to have the mausoleum would be amazing. Let's say I had like whales here, and maybe another fish here, and crabs here. Then that would be 5 very workable resources that all get 1 extra science. That's 5 more science from the mausoleum potentially. This can be very good. I am not a fan of the Great Library. It is good, but it's not as amazing as it sounds. The 2 science is nice, it's 2 science, but it's quite expensive and the AI loves to build it, so you have competition for this wonder. The Great Scientist point is also useful, and it gives you a random tech boost every time another player recruits a Great Scientist. And it also gives you all boosts to Ancient and Classical. The problem is, in a science game, I get most of these boosts anyway, even without this wonder. And it's expensive. And it has the exact same requirements as Oxford. So if I have to choose between Oxford and Great Library, I'd rather rush the Oxford than the Great Library. Of course, if you see yourself having the opportunity to go for this, go for it. It is good. But I wouldn't rush it. I wouldn't give up everything just to get that. The mausoleum is, in my opinion, much better. Then situational wonders that can be good is, of course, the Oracle. It is also, you will have competition. The AI sometimes builds it early, sometimes not at all. But having extra great people is really good. Means more scientists. Mean also being able to buy great people for cheaper faith cost can be really good if you have some faith output. Can be very good. It requires a hill, so if you have a lack of hills, you may be better just build a mine on it and have the production for later. I think that's it. I think those are the 3 good science wonders. That's about it. That's the wonders I can tell you are worth building. Of course, there can be generally beneficial wonders. Like oh, I forgot one. Kilwazani is the best wonder of them all if you have scientific city-states. Because it says, when you are sovereign of a city-state, this city receives 15% boost to the type bonus provided by that city-state. If you are the suzerain of 2 or more city-state of that type, you get an additional 15% to all cities. So if I get Kilwa and have like a bunch of science city-states that I have enough envoys in to be suzerain, or if I know I can pull that off, and if there are, or if there are the science city-states in the game, and I may be able to get it later, then Kilwa is amazing. Because the 15% science and maybe extra 15% science to all cities, that is impactful. But if there is not a single science city-state in the game, or maybe just one and someone has like 15 envoys in it and you only have 4, then never mind, don't build Kilwa then, because then it doesn't give you anything. So this is very situational, but under the right circumstances it is better than any other wonder. Other good wonders, of course, the pyramids are always good. You need builders to chop your forests, to build your mines, to improve your resources. An extra builder slot is always good. While pyramids requires flat desert, you don't always have a city with access to flat desert. We have some flat desert up here, so if we build maybe a city somewhere in here, it may be able to build the pyramids. But I wouldn't settle a city in midst of a flat desert just as an attempt to get the pyramids. Because flat desert has no food, no production, no science. It's bad. Temple of Artemis can be good. It gives food and housing to the city you build it in. If you have good options for the capital to build it, you can go for it. It's not a wrong choice, but I wouldn't prioritize it. Every wonder that I don't mention at all is usually bad. Petra, if you have a good desert city with lots of hills and the potential to chop some forests or jungles to speed up Petra production, it can be good. For example, if up here all these flat tiles would be hills, I would already be planning a city here. Petra here, and if these were all hills, this would be an amazing city. But it has only 2 hills. And you build Petra for the desert hills. Because desert hills can be mined and are really good tiles when you have the Petra. So a good wonder, but extremely situational. Great Zimbabwe, if you have a lot of bonus resources and the requirements it states, commercial hub with cattle, build it. It's good, but is also very specific. Same with the Forbidden City. An extra wildcard policy slot and some extra culture is really good, but it's a bit expensive, and as you see, it is not on the path you want to go for science. It's useful, but probably not a big priority. Same with the Big Ben. Very useful economic card, but it's very expensive. The Ruhr Valley is really good, but it requires a lot of hills and a good industrial zone. Ruhr Valley is actually really good for late game production. I should have mentioned that earlier. Ruhr Valley is a wonder that can be amazing for your science game. Because as I said, production is key, and Ruhr Valley gives +1 production for every mine and quarry. And +20% production. Amazing. But it's a bit tough to build in our situation, because it has to be next to a river and next to an industrial zone. So where would I want to build it? Maybe if I get the industrial zone here, I could build Ruhr Valley here. That is an option. But I don't have too many hills, so it's not the most amazing Ruhr Valley. If I had more hills, if these tiles here would all be hills, yeah, I would go for it. But in this case, I'm not sure if I if it really brings out, I mean, it costs a lot to build it, and it gives a lot. But does it give more than it costs is the question. And this is not a great industrial zone. So I'll have to see. Of course, for districts, always check what is it that makes them better. Check what makes them better. The aqueduct makes it better. Adjacent districts makes it better. Adjacent mines and quarries makes it better. Strategic resources like horses and iron makes it better. If you have tons of iron next to each other and also can build an aqueduct there, and then look, let's say these two resources were iron and there where this tile was free. Aqueduct here, hook up both iron, and this would be a +5 industrial zone. Then that would be a really good play. So those are the wonders you could go for. All the other wonders, I mean, Taj Mahal is okay, but like all the religious wonders, you don't need them. Waste of production for a science victory. You better build just campus projects. Okay, let's keep playing this. Wait, he didn't move this one. Interesting. So he probably doesn't know what to do, and he will just fortify this because I don't want to attack into his. Because he's DT, he gets quite a bit of extra benefits. +4 he has just because he's on DT. So yeah, I have no urge to do that. Here I can improve this, and I will let the warrior heal. Yes, I will let him heal on a marsh, because I don't see any attacker right now. So I will let him heal in place. He's in my terrain, he will heal faster there. Units heal 10 per turn in neutral terrain, 15 per turn in your terrain, 20 per turn in your city, and 5 in enemy terrain. Now he attacked into me, so I got all the defensive boosts. He still gets the +4 for just being DT. Also, I healed a little bit while I'm here. So I will keep doing that. Also, I block now both tiles he wants potentially to settle on. But my settler is on the way. I can sneak it by in the back. Now, I may go for the stone over here. Oh, there's a slinger. He attacks me again. That is fine. I will keep being fortified and having the defensive position. Oh, this is bad. Yeah, I want the defensive position here again. I'll have soon the slinger that can help, because this is a little bit too much for my taste. Keep being fortified. You see, many players would have attacked here. Don't attack, just fortify. It's the safe way to do. Especially since at the moment he can't come and settle this. If I'm unlucky he settles down here, that would be really bad. But even the AI prefers a good city over a bad city. So there's a chance that he has another spot that he goes for now. I will fortify another turn, and I will not move out. If I move this slinger out because I intend to attack, it means I move out on the forest, therefore out of movement, and then both of these will attack into my slinger. And the slinger has 5 combat strength in melee. 5. This guy has 20. And this guy has 15 on offense. Which my slinger would have too, but if I move out here I just get attacked. And if I survive I have to move right back again. So I stay in here in the hopes that at least one of them steps forward, and then I can safely shoot out of the city. Right now I will go for a settler. If you have always had struggles with barbarians, I would recommend build one more unit. Build one more slinger and make sure to get them to archers. Heck, I could do that right now. Let's do that. Let's be safe. Greedy me would build not another slinger, would start to build on a settler. Oh my god, he did it! He settled resource. Oh my god, that's so bad. That is so bad, because look. Oh, I can't settle this anymore. And my guy is strongly... I have to retreat now, because now I can't survive even if fortifying. I want to keep the scout healing, so I will move here. And then I will move up here. The settler will come here, because now I may settle in this gulch. I didn't intend to, but if I settle on the deer, really not the place I wanted to settle, but I can do it, I can still get an aqueduct and therefore fresh water. Or maybe I settle even further in the back so it's easy to defend. I'm not 100% sure. Here, I smash this and this guy keeps being fortified so he heals. The builder comes one back because I may be able to improve this stone. Temple of Artemis has been built. On Deity, these wonders go very early. I will move here. And then here. Now is the time to move forward. Because the warrior can be attacked by both, but the warrior is strong. Has 20 melee power and 7 more in melee. Because of the battle cry. And this guy can only be attacked by one, so I'm safe on the rough terrain here. Okay, he moved here. That was dumb of him. That was very dumb of him. Because now I can just move the settler here and heal. Here, I can kill this with the slinger. No way! Okay, next turn. Move this guy here. I will get the boost to archery next turn. Let's go on irrigation so I can improve these tiles. What is Aberdeen working on? I don't like your work. I will go production and food. I prefer that. It still works on this. It's okay. Once it goes to this tile is so much better here. So I healed already. Now I'm on the perfect tile I was talking about. If he attacks me, he attacks into my defensive terrain and across a river. As you see, river defense gives +5 and the defensive terrain gives even more. Settler moves. Over here I will move with the slinger and kill this, so I get the boost. While the warrior moves on next defensive terrain and this slinger, I will upgrade this to an archer right away. In here I will build a settler because I want to secure more land in here. Also, I will buy these stones, since that's a good tile, improve it, and for now just work it. I did that mostly so I have the 3rd improvement for craftsmanship, and I also get the boost for masonry by improving a quarry. And it's a good tile to work. Okay, fine, work these tiles until you've grown. It's growth in 2 turns anyway. No, that's 4 turns, okay. This way? 3 turns, no. This is good. But in 2 turns I want to reassign. Nice. Oh, Cardiff took out the barbarian encampment, so I will not get the era score for clearing that. That's very bad. I will end up in a dark age. That's horrible. Because it will cost me more loyalty in these cities. I think I will settle here, in the hopes that I can get more cities in here. And I will start on a monument for loyalty regions. Monuments improve loyalty, because this is slowly dropping at the moment. Also, I can kill this, and I only do this because there is no unit here that could retaliate against my warrior. Didn't manage to pull it off, but the scout can finish it now. They're both super low, so any unit here could kill them. But there is no unit, so I'm fine with doing that. And I can easily retreat with them into the cities to heal faster if he moves the unit out now. And I think I'll bring the archer down here. And I could upgrade the slinger soon. So this is a very challenging start. Mostly because if he would have settled here, it would just be over. It would just mean I kill him or I lose the game. And I've been lacking in scouting because of, well, guess who? Back to defensive terrain. If I meet another civilization, that's 1 era score, and I avoid a dark age. Well, this is a Petra city. Hanging Gardens? Oh, he built the Hanging Gardens. More flat land up here, very bad.
Au nom du peuple canadien, bienvenue. Je suis le Premier ministre Laurier.
This gives us the normal age. Very good. So no loyalty penalties. Ooh. 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 +4 campus here. And a really good Petra city. Good that we're building a settler. It's also culture-wise a very slow start. I have no tiles that give me extra culture, and I didn't have the time to build a monument. Let's send him a delegation and try to be friendly with Canada. He would make peace. He would make peace. Do I want peace or do I want to take him out? Because we could do a little bit of warfare in here.
It was luxuries like it.
Here I certainly want the production now. No more the Pantheon. Settler production would also be good, but I'll soon have 3 cities. I keep in the barb fighting for now. The settler production would have sped this up by 3 turns. Really good. But this way these cities produce their stuff earlier, and that has at the moment quite a priority for me. Shaka doesn't own any city-states. No. I was really unlucky with the city-states. No first meet, and none of them is really that good. I mean, no science city-state. Here, okay, Pingala is the best for science. I like Magnus early, because chopping things is really good and you will always need that, and I really like this promotion. I build settlers and keep growing my city, therefore my city keeps being at top-notch production. Especially if I have a good city with good tiles. And this is a good city working good tiles. I don't want to work the additional food at the moment. I'd rather have some more production and faith. So I will unlock the food here and will... yeah, I will do this. That's the maximum amount of production. I don't mind not growing anymore, because I will soon have Magnus with a better promotion. I will probably lose one more population, but growing is at the moment very slow. 8 turns. I could do this. No. Okay, I will do this. Grow a bit, build the settler. Because the settler I can speed up only by 1 turn, while the growth is quite a big difference. This is sometimes a decision where people don't always agree, because it's up for debate. What do you prefer? But getting out a settler rather fast is of course good to take the land, because again this is contested. Why is all the land I see contested? And the only safe, the easiest land that is uncontested is this land. And I don't want a single city there. While up here on this river, you know what I could do? Well, a city here would be an amazing Petra city. And I could get a city somewhere in here. Maybe even here. Then it could get an aqueduct. I mean, this is also an amazing campus. Then like a campus here. And the aqueduct here. Why the city here, not here? There is 3 tiles in between. Yes, but it would steal from this city a Petra hill. And Petra hills are really good. I haven't made peace yet because I'm... Oh, one-time deals? No. You can give me a little bit more. Because I will have this position I was talking about very soon. And there is an archer coming, there's a slinger coming. The slinger will turn into an archer once I have the money to upgrade. And the warrior is quite good against the spearmen. Sailing and astrology. Okay. You come down here. After Magnus, obviously Pingala. Pingala is amazing. He did retreat, okay. So we may have to follow at some point. I'll stay fortified here though. Finish the archer. I think a builder would be good to improve the land. And in 4 turns I will put the builder card in to build faster builders, and I will also build a builder here. This settler is to secure land over here. The problem is up here is really big loyalty pressure, so I have to settle this first and then see if I can put in another city. Like I said, he had the best starting position because he can settle all of this
I'm also interested.
freely, while I have desert and 1 city here. Okay, let's get this district unlocked. And here, free inquiry is usually the easiest way to get era score points. I'll move this forward and I move this forward as well, and this one as well. There is iron here. Oh my god, iron, is that the only iron source? Iron, we have just discovered iron, and we have here iron and here iron. That's even more reason to go to war. Iron gives science, and I don't want to fight his swordsman. He built a campus here that is not even that bad, although here it would be better. It's a bad city. No, I could get an aqueduct here. I could even keep this city and build an aqueduct here. There's an archer. No. The problem is it's Shaka. He does nothing but military. So despite land being quite good, it's really tough to make good use of it. Yeah, builder card in. Not fighting barbs. Let's get more units then. I'll just fortify here and shoot this guy. Dude, you're on the tile I wanted to stand. I will not move here because this is flat. Therefore I can't shoot over jungle. If he has no iron, but I get iron, I could upgrade my warriors into swordsmen. See, he attacked into it, which was a mistake for him. Downside is because I couldn't move here, I can't shoot this. I mean, I could shoot it, and then, yeah, I can, wait. I can do this, master play. Shoot it, and move this guy over here, because this guy would attack otherwise, but because there is rough terrain around it, no melee unit can attack him, and I don't see a ranged unit. You build the settler. Get a builder, and then we can get the campus going. This one has to go here. Now he followed because he wants to kill this. That's amazing. Meaning my 2 archers on the hill can shoot down on him. Nearly even killed him. This guy has to run away though. Although, if I fortify, he should not be able to kill me here. He would suicide. We have about the same amount of health. I think yeah, about the same amount of health. But if I fortify on defensive terrain and I have the battle cry, even if he's DTAI, I should be stronger. He built another city up here. Bye-bye city plans here, so it's only the option for this and steal a desert hill. That's a little bit sad. There's so many warriors. Yeah, there's a lot of units. That's problematic. That's really problematic. And I need the money for the slinger. So I really need a builder to upgrade. Yeah, he got the iron here. So in this case, the problem is, why not just make peace, get my cities out, get my science game going? The problem with that in this situation is, even if I get these 2 cities, I will be at 5 cities in total. That's clearly on the lower end. And I don't see any good land to expand into. Canada is up here, there are city-states. I see the coastline going here. That's not good, not much good land. I get 5 great districts, and that's it. I would prefer 8 or even 10 great districts. Also, he is Zulu. There is a high chance that he will attack me again and again. So if I kill him now, then he will never be a problem again. Although we could also just restart and hope for a more peaceful science game, because right now this is not really your standard science game, but more, a lot more a war game. Okay, you move here, you move into the terrain, you move here. Then both of them can shoot and get some more experience. You just heal a bit. You block the encampment here. You heal. They are in good position. This guy can afterwards heal, and this one can soon be upgraded to an archer in a few turns. Here I got the builder. I will get another builder. Or an archer. It has such a long time now. Let's get a trader so I can get a road down here. Actually no, double builder. Double builder, because I will remove this here. So the builder is done. Remove the next thing and place the campus. I will go for this campus, I think. Although, I don't know. Oh, this is bad. This is troublesome. Very troublesome. Especially since it's on Deity, where the AI is rather strong. You didn't do all that much damage. Let's fortify. And move one down here. Over here. I had a promotion. Could have upgraded him. Go into the city to heal. You move here again. Now, I could put it into a settler. Loyalty is an issue. It's -20 and it will stay -20 for a while. Could settle here. On this banana. That would be less troublesome. And settle this guy one further up. Okay, let's move on to the desert hill and then decide. Because this is also an option. And this is an option. I think the trader is a good choice to get that going. And then the campus, maybe before the campus another unit. Okay, let's do one more turn here. Okay. I want to explain a few things here because quite a lot has happened this turn. My units took a lot of damage and I have a few things to say. So, luxury resource, I will improve it. I have it now and I will sell it right away to Canada so I get more money. 4 gold per turn is not that much, but many AIs pay more for that. But it's free, it's money. I need the money. Then here I will chop this out and send the trader out. Ooh, I could send it to Auckland. That would be great, but I'm a little bit afraid that it may be pillaged. But I'll do it anyway because it gives me an envoy there since it wants the trader out. Gives me production for buildings and wonders. And it goes down here. And then I can place the campus already, +3. Oh, because there are jungles next to it. Or I could get it here. I'm still not sure which I would prefer, since this cannot be reached by this city anymore. So this city would want its campus in here. Therefore, I could really let this city have this campus and not build Oxford. And now go for a settler. It's an idea. Let's move this guy up here. I would also have to decide if I want this city, then I could settle up here. Could be an idea. Would still get a lot of Petra hills. Probably the better choice. Probably this is what I have to do because the loyalty pressure over here is too big. Even though this city doesn't have that many workable tiles and shares a lot with this city. This is very suboptimal. Optimal would be if this guy was never here and they could all take this all freely. And that's the problem. This game is at the moment a domination game and not a science game. And that's a bit of a bummer. So it's not a prime example of how a science game can go. And if someone of you would play this and be like, oh, come on, this is going terrible. I'm at war. I'm losing units. I just want to get my science up. This guy has 24 science. This guy has 44 culture. I have nothing. And a part of that is because this is Deity, they cheat. Another part of this is our start is slow and we didn't get a single city on the spot where we wanted. I wanted this city down here. I wanted this city in here. And I wanted another city in here. None of that I got. Instead we got a war with a big warmonger that loves to build units. He is building an encampment here. I have to run away. I can improve this one. This guy has also to run away. I'm not really winning this war at the moment. He also has archers in the city, which means my archers will get shot back. He has shot this guy and attack and has a melee unit here. This means I have to retreat with this guy. We'll move this one over and this one back. Therefore, you will get the promotion to do more damage. He will probably get shot next turn, then I have to retreat with him as well. So now I'm on the defensive again. He has much more military than I do. If there are two options to play this situation out. Option number one is go here, make peace, get some money for it, and try to keep peace with him forever. Maybe buy some crucial tiles, get these two cities out, and try to win with what I have. It's possible, but it's not the fastest way. The other option is kill him, wipe him out, have a lot of cities. But that means delay my immediate science gain. It means after this builder, for that I have to go archer. In this city, after the monument, archer. In this city, I cannot afford to build a settler. I have to go for archer and archer. Once this has settled, I need to buy. It's probably then better to not settle here, but instead settle here. Then I go and settle here, get this iron, get this builder, move up here, improve the iron, and make sure that these two warriors become swordsmen. That's why I'm teching in here. Once I'm close to the boost, I will change to something else, to masonry, so I can build battering rams. My goal would be get like 6 to 8 archers, at least 2 swordsmen and the battering ram. With that, if I played well, if I play the domination game well, I can kick Zulu's arse and take all his cities, even if he builds walls. For him, it's too early to have his unique units. The best he can have at the moment are archers and swordsmen. I don't know if he has another source of iron. If I check here, I don't see any iron, so there is good chances that he doesn't have iron yet. He could have horses, but the horses are okay, can deal with them if I have swordsmen. Still, what I have at the moment is not enough. I need more archers, I need to kill more of his units, because an archer in a city with walls is really hard to take with archers and warriors. You will lose units, and that's not good. That makes the war go slow. And once he has crossbows or impis, it's basically over for me. The terrain is too rough to fight that. And I am far from crossbow because my science is garbage at the moment. So if I want to kill him, getting archers out, getting iron up, and getting swordsmen and battering ram up is the best key. The third option would be restart, try a new game with a less challenging neighbor, with either better land, although this land is really good, or at least with less contested land, with just more land for more cities. That would be an option. Just restart and try an easier game. I'm playing on Deity, highest difficulty, and the way this has turned out, it made the game even harder. So I'm playing basically hard mode on hard mode. The only way this could be even harder would be if my capital would be less productive. But my capital is decent in production. So yeah, I will end this episode here. And you who have been watching this, please write me in the comments which of the 3 options would you prefer. Shall I go and kill the Zulu and show a little bit of that in my next video? Shall I make peace and show how I would handle with just 5 cities suboptimal, but it's doable, and how I would do the science game? Or shall I just restart and try to get that most optimal science game with good land and uncontested land? Because barbs are not an issue. I mean, barbs are problematic early on, but once the barb camps are gone, you can take all the land. While a civilization this close means stuff like this happens. You lose land, you lose cities, you lose good districts. Respectively, you are forced into wars. And that slows the game down. If this guy weren't here, I would just take all this land peacefully, build my campuses and stuff, and I would have a mind-blowingly good game. This game will not be done before turn 200. But I would argue, if you have a good land, you can win science before turn 200. And some of you may be like, wait, what? Turn 200? What speed do you play on? Standard speed. Yes, I know many players succeed with science after turn 300. But if you have really good land and can grab it peacefully and have a strong science civilization, you can win even before turn 200. Or maybe at turn like 215 or so. That's also really fast. But because this guy is here, it's not possible anymore to win that fast in this game. This will be more around turn 250 maybe. Maybe even turn 270. It will still be below 200, below 200, 300 for me, because the land I have is good and I'm Scotland and I know how to abuse the shit out of this. So now, please, tell me in the comments, option number 1, kill Zulu. Option number 2, build peacefully these 5 cities and try to win with that. Option number 3, restart with another map and try to get a better game going. Kill Zulu, peaceful 5 cities that is suboptimal, or new map. Thank you very much for watching. I hope you learned a lot out of this, and if you have questions about science, about how to do things, if some things that I explained were unclear, also write a comment. I'm happy to answer it. See you next time.